Okay, we're going to start on our mat today. We're just going to start with some light mat work, and then we're going to move into a few more mobility moves. This was a mobility flow I've been working on at home. Something you can continue to work on. Helps with balance, hip joints, shoulder joints, all that good stuff. So we're going to start off in table position. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, rolling those shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the neck, and coming into table position where the shins are flat against the mat, heels are up, belly sucked in. Couple deep inhale, exhales here. Lengthening through the spine and the neck. Good. Big deep inhale. And we're going to bring those toes together, open up those knees and shift the hips back into child's pose, reaching out the hands in front of you. Forehead comes down to the mat. And deep inhales and exhales here. Good. Stretching through the arms, stretching through the neck, relaxing those hips. Good. One more big deep inhale. And rolling back up, rolling the hips back up into tabletop position. And coming into tabletop, we're going to tuck those toes under, take a big deep inhale, and on that exhale, we're going to push up into down dog. So big deep inhale, exhale, the hips push towards the back of the room. Gentle flex on the knees, lengthening through the neck, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to stay in down dog position for a couple of deep inhale, exhale. So big deep inhale. And another exhale, lengthening through the spine. Just feeling that stretch. Big deep inhale. And exhale. And on this inhale, we're going to come in and bring that knee to nose. So right knee comes to nose on the inhale. And that knee up towards the chest. On the exhale, we're going to shoot that leg up in the air and go into our three-legged dog. That standing leg, we're going to slight bend in that knee. Same with the arms and the shoulders, rolling away from the ears, just like in down dog, lengthening through that top leg, lengthening through the foot. Sometimes I bend and stretch here, move around a little bit, open up the hips a little bit. We want to try as much as we can to keep the shoulder and the chest square with the mat. But I do like to take this time in three-legged dog to sort of open up my hips and move them around. You can do some hip circles, or you can just stay up in the position. And big deep inhale, we're going to bring that knee back to nose. And the foot comes back down to the mat. Good, and we'll just get back into down dog. Holding that position. Slight bend in the knees. Take that tension out of the neck, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to take a big deep inhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, knee comes in, chest, nose. Exhale, shoot that leg up in the air. Good. And again, focusing on those shoulders, rolling away from the ears. And you can kind of bend and stretch here. Roll that hip open if you want, or you can just leave the leg up in the air. Holding that pose just a little bit longer. Slight bend in that bottom knee. Good. Big deep inhale. Knee comes to nose. Exhale, foot comes back down to the mat. Big deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to walk those feet up towards the hands. So walking the feet up. Good. Staying in that forward fold position. We're going to come into our forward fold. If we grab the elbows. And then forward coming out of the heels. Slight bend in those knees, soft knees. And letting that upper body hang and stretch. And inhale, exhale.
And then we're going to roll up, come to standing position to spine. So roll the belly.
Raising the arms up above head. Exhale, arms come down. Good, and we're going to step back into a high lunge position. So this is a little bit harder, working on balance and mobility today. So the left leg stays forward in a lunge position, and we're going to bend forward with that knee, raising, lifting the arms up. Back heel comes off the mat. Finding your positioning with your legs about shoulder width so that you're keeping that balance. Soft knees, holding that balance and lifting up through the upper body, rolling the shoulders away from the ear, and holding in this high lunge position. Big deep inhale, and on the exhale we're going to lower that back knee, just coming straight down. Palms can come to the top of the thigh, and that back foot's going to flip over, so we're going to come to the top of that foot, making sure the knee doesn't go over the toe, placing the palms right here on the quad. And we're going to go ahead and lift that back leg if you can, right up the ground. Feel that stretch in that back leg. So that back knee is just hovering, holding, breathing, and gently placing it back down on the mat. Good. Big deep inhale. And we're going to shift those hips back into that half split. So this slight bend in the front knee, flexing the front foot. Forehead comes down to the shin. Softening. Nothing is forced. Stretching and flowing with our bodies. Big deep inhale here. Exhale, we're going to flow back forward into that low lunge. And lifting the arms, reaching above head. Good, making sure that knee is not going over that front toe. We're going to have a slight diagonal on that back leg. Good, and lifting up through the arms. Big deep inhale. And exhale, we're going to bring those hands down to the mat. Take that left foot, just let it come meet the back foot. Coming to a resting pose. Bringing the feet together, opening the knees up, shifting the hips back, coming into that child's pose, resting pose for a minute. Forehead comes down to the mat, hands stretch out in front of you. Deep inhale, exhale here. Let's do 3 more in this little resting pose. And on the exhale, we're going to roll forward into that tabletop, lifting that right foot up. We're just going to come back into that low lunge on the right side now. So leaning into that front leg. Have kind of a diagonal here in that back leg. Making sure the knee doesn't go over the toe. You're just take both those hands, place them on the thigh here. Big deep inhale. Making sure that back foot is flipped over. And we're going to lift that knee right off the back mat. And breathe, letting that back knee hover. And just breathe and lifting through the upper body, lift. Big inhale, exhale, lower that back leg. Shifting the hips back, coming into that half split. Nice little soft bend in the front knee, flex on the foot. Forehead comes down to the shin. Not forcing, soft leg stretch. Big inhale, exhale, come right back into that low lunge. And this time we're going to lift the arms on the inhale, coming up, the upper body up out of the hips. Just feeling that stretch in the legs. Good. A big deep inhale here. And exhale, we're going to shift that weight back one more time. Hands come down to the mat. Bringing that right leg back to meet the left leg. Feet come together, knees come wide. Big inhale, exhale, shift those hips back into child's pose, resting pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. Arms are going to be stretched out wide in front of you. Good, nice little rest here. Big deep inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, exhale, roll forward, back up into tabletop. Good. Inhale, we're going to tuck those toes under. Exhale, we're going to push back up into that down dog. So pushing back up into the down dog position, holding our down dog position. We're going to stay here again for a minute. Knees are soft. Working on mobility today. And on those leg joints, hip joints. So soft knees. Rolling those shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the neck. We're just going to stay here in down dog for a second. Big inhale. On that exhale, we're going to roll the body forward into that plank position. High arm plank. Shoulder width with the feet. Shoulder width with the arms. And we're going to lower into chaturanga. So tricep push up, lowering 90 degrees. Holding. And then coming down to the mat. Good. Bring those feet over. And pushing up through the arms up into up dog. Good. Up dog. The difference between up dog and cobra. Up dog, we're lifting our thighs up off the mat. Stretching up through the chest and the neck. Or the thighs can be down on the mat. Cobra position. Lifting through the chest, lengthening through the neck. Good. Big deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower that chest back down to the mat. Tuck those toes under, big deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to push back up into that down dog. Soft knees, good. Staying here, working on mobility. We're going to float through this. Big deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, roll forward into that plank. Good. Stretching out the legs, shoulder width with the arms. Slow lower into chaturanga. Holding at 90 degrees. Hold. And all the way down to the mat. Good. Flip those feet over. Good. And pushing up into up dog. Cobra, whichever position. Here we are in cobra. Elbows are in. Shoulders are rolled back. Chest is lifted high. Neck is lengthening. Big deep inhale. Let's go into those arms a little bit more. We're going to come down to low cobra. So keep those elbows in. Elbows are tight. Chest comes down to about 90 degrees. Good with the arms. And then we lift through the chest, lengthening through the neck. And just holding that 90 degrees with the arms. Good work here. Good. Big deep inhale. Exhale, last time, tuck those toes under. We're going to push up one more time into down dog. Working those arms here. Slow, soft knees. Holding the down dog. Good. Big deep inhale. And on this exhale, we're going to walk those feet up to the hands. Good. Take some of the weight out of those arms. Go ahead and grab the elbows if you like. Shifting that weight forward into the balls of the feet, getting that nice stretch through the hamstrings, through the legs. And letting that upper body just hang and rest a little bit. A little bit of work today. Good. Inhale, we're going to roll up through the spine. Legs in the arms. And coming down into exhale position. A little bit of mobility work today. We're just going to come down to the mat. Get some stretching in with our legs and our spines. We're going to sit down on the bottom. Go ahead and lay back. Feet flat on the mat. Placing those palms on the mat. Feet flat on the mat. You're going to bring those heels in towards your bottom. Palms are flat on the mat. And then as we push our hips up, we're going to come up into that bridge position. But as we push our hips up, we're going to put some weight and some pressure in the forearms and the palms. So big deep inhale here. Heels are close to your bottom. On that exhale, we're lifting the hips up. Pushing through forearms and the palms. Take that weight out of the neck. Take that tension out of the neck. Spreading the weight amongst our shoulders. And lifting through those hips. Lift, lift, lift. Squeezing those thighs together. Quads are squeezing together. Pressure in the palms and the forearms. Good. If you can clasp the hands. Holding that bridge, taking that tension out of the neck, making sure the weight is distributed in the shoulders, not the neck, keeping the lift, keeping the hips high. Big deep breaths here. Good. Again, hands can be clasped or palms can be pressed against that mat. Big deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to lower the hips. Good. Inhale, pressing that lower back into the floor. Exhale, bringing those knees up to chest. Holding knees to chest. I'm just going to stay here for a minute. Get comfortable. Big deep inhale. And on that exhale, we're going to let that lower back melt down into the mat. Making sure my lower back is against the mat right now. Big inhale. On my exhale, I'm going to let my knees fall over to the left side. Right arm goes over here to the right side. Palm off, and I'm going to go ahead and take my gaze over my right hand. Some nice gentle twist in the body, nothing forced. Couple of deep breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale, we come back to center. Good. Connecting that lower back with the mat once again. Just making sure my lower back is connected. Nice big deep inhale. Exhale, melting the lower back into the mat. Big inhale, arms come out to the side. Exhale, my knees just fall over to that right side. And my head turns to where my gaze is over that left hand. Nice little spinal twist. Just hold and breathe. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees come back to center. Wrap those knees, big inhale. Exhale, lower back melts into the mat. Good. Feet can come down. Place against the mat, go ahead and straighten those legs out. Flipping the palms over, sky high, face palms facing the sky. To the side. Into Savasana, everybody's favorite inhale. Big deep inhale here. Connecting the breath and the body. Exhale. One more big inhale, inhaling all that good energy, all that good stuff for the day. And exhaling all that bad stuff that you don't need. And we're going to finish here today. You can stay in Savasana as long as you like. And when you're done, go ahead and roll up. I like to come back to sitting.